back for another one.
What up? What up? What up? What up?
What up?
What's shaking?
Yo, I want to thank y'all for tuning in for another episode of Start Ugly But Don't Stay Ugly. I got my man,
Big Marv in the house.
I'm your man Tez, and man, we got some stuff to talk about today.
That's because there's always some shit going on.
It's always some bull going on, man. It don't never stop.
No.
I wish that we could just find some kind of harmony in what's going on and everything, but it ain't like that. We don't live in a world that promotes that, you know. So, how you been doing, man?
Man, I'm all right. I'm all right. I don't have any complaints, brother.
Okay.
I'm just trying to hold on because of what you just said. There's always some stuff jumping off. You just try to find your lane and stay in it. Try to stay out the way.
Try to stay out the way. But it seemed like, you know, some people might be trying to come our way if they don't get their way, which is interesting.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Yeah, it's a video floating around. I seen it on Instagram. I'm gonna play the video just so y'all can know what's going on. There's a PAP, and PAP stands for pink and pale people. There's a PAP. He put out a video on Instagram, and he's talking about the war, being ready for the war that's gonna come on, right? The upcoming war. So he's an American, and he's basically saying that they're ready for the war if Donald Trump wins the presidential election, because he knows that Black Lives Matter is a Antifa group. Antifa means they anti-fascist, and any group that's like Black Lives Matter, they're ready for war. And if Joe Biden wins, they ready to kick off the war.
That's his own and popping.
It's on and popping. They gonna kick it off. So I'm gonna play the video so y'all know we ain't lying. You know,
so you can hear it in his words.
Yeah, hear it in his words, because it's really amazing to me that, you know, someone would really actually be on this type of stuff, you know, in this day and time, you know, that we live in. So I'm about to play the video, and here we go.
Becoming strong. I don't know if a lot of y'all understand this or not, but come November.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry, y'all.
Y'all understand this or not, but come November, there's a war coming. Whoever wins, and it's down to two. We already know this. Third party, they don't even matter. It's down to two. One or the other is going to win. As a certain supporter, we know which one's going to win. Trump 2020. But there's a thing about it. The reason why I say there's a war coming is because if Trump wins, Black Lives Matter and all them other Antifa dumbasses are going to try to start war. We ready, don't worry. We ready. Us rednecks and stuff, we ready for y'all. But if Biden wins, we coming. And we coming strong. I don't know if a lot of y'all understand this or not.
They coming, and they coming strong. Interesting. What you think about that?
I think it's fucked up.
Okay.
But I'm not surprised because a lot of Americans, Caucasians, have been on that for a long time. It's just seems like it's in a hyper level now with the. It's like for what reason? You say if this guy win, we ready, but if this guy win, we're gonna kick it off. Okay, what you gonna kick off? What you gonna kick off? What and for what? So we know you're talking about. You heard him say out of his own words, the war, but your logic for kicking off the war is because Biden gonna win? Hey y'all, I don't know.
I'm lost.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. Okay. Number one, I'm sure he does not even know Donald Trump. I'm almost 100% he doesn't know Donald Trump. Number two, Donald Trump is not in it for the presidency from my perspective. He's in it for himself. Number three, why do you care so much about who wins that you're willing to kick off a war? So not only would this be a race war, this would also be a civil war.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking at two wars that you talking about. Now keep in mind, all black people ain't siding with black people, and all white people ain't siding with white people.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we got more than just black and white in this country. We got Native Americans, even though that their population isn't that big.
Mm-hmm.
We got Mexicans, we got Puerto Ricans, we got Indians, we got Asians.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you know who voted for who? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's confusing. Like, you gonna group everybody into one pot?
Yeah, but I think their ultimate target is black folk because
Mm-hmm.
it's always been black folk.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if by chance you happen to have some casualties of war, or that we weren't trying to kill them, but it's okay, we killed them anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the ultimate goal, he's talking about black folk. He brought up Black Lives Matter.
But definitely said Black Lives Matter.
So again, it's just that age-old learning system of hatred. I mean, just be ready.
Just be ready.
Really, that's probably your best answer. And you talking within the next
Couple
month and a
months.
half.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's month and a half.
No, wait a minute. The election is next month.
That's what I'm saying. We're in the first week of October. Next month, next 6 weeks.
6 weeks, yeah. Yeah, about a month and a half.
Yeah. I mean, really, how everything can be turned upside down. Man, this is it's kind of sad and kind of scary, but at the same time, you got to be alert and be ready because on election night and the next day and the day after that, you need to be paying attention because most of us work around Caucasians. You're gonna have to be careful because you don't know if somebody's gonna start reaching and pull something out when you walking after they walk past you. You need to be looking over your shoulders just to make sure. And that's crazy.
It's already bad that, the police is on us like that. It might be extra severe now. Might be on some... It's really messed up that we live in a country that has got to this point, where it's so divisive. And all this is fear. It's fear that they're going to lose their position. Which, to me, it really shows just how frail and fragile they are with their egos. Like, you think because of your skin tone that you are better. And that baffles me. Like, forget that I might be more learned than you. I put more time and energy to accomplish something than you. You think because your skin tone is pale/pink that you are better because they believe that God is pale and pink, right? Mm-hmm. And so, of course, we all familiar with the age-old poor white people hate rich black people because God is white, so why would He favor the niggers over us?
Yeah. Yeah.
Forget the fact that you got to put hard work in, man.
Yeah.
That's never part of the equation. And all right, let's say hypothetically they do kick it off, right? I'm gonna say this: we live in Chicago. The 9 times out of 10, that shit is not gonna happen here. Now, if you live in one of them suburban areas, out on the outskirts of Chicago, you might have some problems. But in Chicago, nah, I don't see it happening here.
I can agree with that.
I don't see none of that popping off here at all. Now, I can't speak for nowhere else. This is not the time I would want to be in the South, where they feel hella empowered there. You know what I'm saying? So To all my brothers and sisters who watching this in the South, man, y'all really need to be prepared.
Yeah, pay attention, yeah.
You really need to be prepared. So, this is serious though.
Yeah.
Because how many other people are talking like him? He was just bold enough to come out and say it, which to me was kind of stupid. Because if you're going to do something, you should move in silence. You shouldn't announce it.
Yeah, but you know, we done seen signs of this over the past 3 years of him being in office.
Absolutely.
When they had the little thing with all the, I don't want to, call them Klansmen. That's the best name I can use. When all of them got together and they was marching down the street. So you can see it bubbling up, but it's so unfortunate. But also you go back to just the whole nature of America and the education of how everything is taught, because there's a whole lot of lies in what we're taught as far as our education and history.
Yeah. So
this is probably some of that underlying hatred, because we was always told, how do you still have that level of hatred now? Now, in 2020, in 2010, in 2000, where does it come from? Unless that's almost like child abuse, child neglect. Well, you still teaching these young cats at that age and in this century, well, you still had that level of hatred. That was the same hatred that was happening in the 17th, 18th, and 19th century. What, 21st century?
21st century.
I mean, so when do you make the changes with how we're taught shit? Because there's a whole lot of lies that's taught. Christopher Columbus discovered America. A little bullshit like that, and it's so cold-blooded, you get the day off. You get the day off for the guy that didn't do shit. But we had to jump through hoops to get Martin Luther King's birthday recognized. And all the dude wanted to do, all he wanted was fairness. Christopher Columbus went around the world was on some bullshit.
Yep, murderer, pillager, raper.
So yeah, man. Again, our system as a whole is there's gonna have to be some changes in that, because for somebody to be talking on that level, you talking about killing people, dog. Just because this cat won, we ready to go to war. Huh?
Ready to go to war for someone you don't know.
Yeah.
Now I get it. They probably saying, "Well, we pledge allegiance to our president." Well, hell, ain't this the same president that told y'all if y'all had COVID to drink bleach?
Yeah. That's not insulting, though. That's not insulting.
Now, you ain't drunk bleach all your life. I'm sure you've been around it. And because this man makes the suggestion, you bypass the quote-unquote common sense and go straight to drinking bleach and then die. Bleach ain't like water, bro.
Look, for any non-black person that sees this video, listen, all black people want is a fair shake, meaning, hey man, let us create these companies that we have in our mind. You know what I'm saying? Let's educate us right, because we're not trying to come and take over your areas. Think about it. We're already in a different area. We don't need your area. If we could just build up our areas, we could stay away. Now, I don't have a problem with mingling with people. As a matter of fact, I know plenty of cool white folk. But please, for the people that think like the guy that we just heard the video of, nobody's trying to take your spot. We just want our stuff, leave our stuff alone. Not saying you, but how the system is set up. This is why when you all see our stuff on the news and they show you clips and documentaries of us, it's always fucked up. We didn't fuck it up intentionally, but if you deprive the area of things like, I don't know, money, finances, by the way, we all pay taxes. We working brothers, we pay taxes, but a lot of the stuff that we see in our areas is almost like a bomb hit at some time. How does that continue to happen? For the last, I've been on the planet for a little bit now, ain't shit changed.
Got worse.
Yeah, worse. We can find liquor stores on every corner or every other corner in our neighborhood. Okay, so we can't find any companies that we can, tune into where we could thrive on our own side like we was doing. What was that town that they dropped the bomb on?
Oh, Black Wall Street.
Yeah. Think about that. Even when we had our own stuff that we was isolated, Black Wall Street, our government came along and dropped a bomb on them. Wasn't doing shit. We got our own shit going. We ain't trying to take y'all stuff. That ain't good enough. Drop the bomb on them niggas. So the mindset of a lot of people in America is, man, and I'm not saying it's going to change with this video, but just think about that. I mean, you get somebody that's threatening on something that's non-threatening. We ready to go to war. That means we ready to kill motherfuckers. Cause this can't win, and this guy ain't got nothing to do with making your life work. Because even if Biden got in, what is he gonna do that's gonna set that guy? And he's a white guy. What is this guy gonna do that's gonna set his life back? And by the way, if you vote for Trump, cool. What is it that Trump is doing now that's moving your life forward to the point where your mindset still set on killing the motherfucker? Because if you was really getting down with the Trump presidency, you so preoccupied with your business and making money, you ain't thinking about killing motherfuckers. Like, man, well, he didn't got me started on helping me take my company that I started to another level. That's what you would be on. So the mere fact that he made that comment let you know there's been no growth. Because there's been no mind change. Because if it was, you wouldn't be talking like that.
And I want to piggyback on what you just said. It's, first of all, I don't care who's president. It don't matter. I make the decisions for my life. Whatever decisions I make and actions I take, I'm going to get the results from those decisions. Not the president. The president doesn't even affect my life at all. I can't really, that's why I don't really understand why people put so much emphasis on this person running it, this person running it. How does them running it affect your life on a personal, individual level? None. At most, maybe 0.0001% at best. So why would you go to this extreme when I'm not holding you back? Tell me what black people in America are oppressing white people right now. Tell me. I want to know who this person is. Excuse me. I want to know who this person is. Because I ain't never met no black person that's oppressing a white person in America. Not one.
But you never hear the reason. Like what he just said. There was no reason for it except if Biden wins, we ready to kick this shit off. Like you said, again, it ain't like, hey man, you came over here and y'all destroyed our neighborhood, or y'all came over here and y'all took our ABC. There's never nothing that you can just straight identify that we're taking, because we don't want to take shit from you. We just want to give us a fair opportunity to build up our shit. We trying to stay over here anyway. We have a lot in common, but it's a lot of shit we don't have in common. You know, when we party, and you see it every day, when we party, y'all don't listen to the music we listen to.
For the most part.
And I'm not knocking country music. That's y'all thing. We over here hip-hopping, old school and stepping and stuff like that. So we got a lot of things that we ain't vibing on. But it don't mean that we want to harm you because you ain't listening to hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? Just the mindsets of some of these people is just amazing, man.
It's amazing. I think they still think that we're supposed to be their property.
The mindset of these motherfuckers.
We're still supposed to be property. We still are not supposed to have any rights. We shouldn't have any say-so. How dare you want to fight for your freedom? How dare you want equality? How dare you want to, get paid the same amount as me, even though you work hard and
the same shit.
How dare you, all this, and at the root of it is fear. You are afraid that if black people rise up, they're gonna do the exact same shit to you that you've done to us. That's the bottom line of it. That's at the core of all of it. Because you wouldn't want to trade places with no black person. Not one. Because if you did, you would see what it fucking feel like to be a black man knowing you ain't did shit and getting harassed for not doing shit. Being accused of something you know you didn't do. Going to jail for some shit you know you didn't do. Having a jury say you murdered somebody and you're like, I didn't do shit. I wasn't even there. Getting killed, your girlfriend got shot and died in the bedroom, but it's okay because they were cops. Fuck being human. Fuck making a mistake. Fuck just, being on some cowboy shit. You just out here wilding. Y'all want, and I'm speaking specifically to these kinds of quote unquote white people who I call paps. Y'all are afraid of the retribution and karma that's coming your way. I'm telling you right now, you can't avoid it. You cannot avoid it. It's coming. It may not be in our lifetime. It may not be in the next generation, or the generation after, or the generation after that. But it's coming. And you should be afraid. Because I can't tell you how it's going to come. But trust me, when it comes, it's going to whip the shit out of y'all.
Now I can say this. I think if you're paying attention to young people's energy now, it's a different different rhythm on the planet.
Yeah.
These young cats now, and what you just said, the only thing I don't agree with what Tez just said is that generation, you could bring that back about two. These cats are they different now.
Yeah.
You can see it when these cats move because there's a let me speak for us, because coming from where we come from, the education that we have, the people that we learn from, our thinking and how we process stuff is a little different from the average person. When I'm on the street, I can feel it. Like, these cats are different because I'm from the streets. So you know the rhythm of the street. There's a different feel to it. So these young cats, they ain't down with that you just rolling up and talking shit to them. They ready to go to war with these cops. If you the type of cop that's on that type of BS. I see the average cat, when the cop ain't saying nothing to them, they ain't saying nothing to the cop. But I noticed when the cop is on something, I done seen some of this before, these young cats like, who you talking to? But the crazy part about it, the cop don't feel that the people should have any type of response when you come up on these young cats and you're doing them wrong. Hey man, my best friend is a cop. So I don't have a dislike for policemen. But you got some of these cops that's out here that's on that stuff. And these young people, male and female, they're like, hey man, we don't want to go through that. And I see it, like, okay, these cats are different. It's a different energy on the planet.
Definitely a different energy. And the only reason why I said I pushed it out, because I don't know when it's going to start. That's the only why I pushed the generations out, because I don't know when it's going to start. But I can tell you this, don't nothing last forever. And your retribution is coming. And you think because you weaponed up that's how you're gonna end it? We're gonna end it with weaponry? I can't tell you how the retribution is gonna hit you, but it's gonna hit you. And I can tell you this. I'm a firm believer that man plans and and God has a plan. All of this is a setup for something. Now you ain't gotta believe in God, you ain't gotta believe in the Creator, you ain't gotta believe in none of that. But everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. I believe we came into going into what's referred to as slavery for a reason. I believe we came out for a reason. I believe me and you having this conversation for a reason. It's a reason for everything.
And it's funny you went there. I was seriously about to go there because we know as logical thinking people, hey, such and such passed away. Oh, such and such just had a baby. So in other words, this is not the end.
It's not the end.
We just don't know what's coming next. I'm making my business not to, I'm gonna word it like this because I mean it like this because I want you to feel me. I'm making my business not to be fucking people over. Because if we're going about what we're taught out of that Bible, we're gonna be judged. Hey man, I have not been an angel, but I ain't gonna lie, for most of my life, for more than most of my life, I don't do people wrong. Because I'm trying to be on the right side of being judged, because we'll start, Len and I was talking about this before, I don't think most people realize, dog, we sitting on top of a ball out in outer space. And it's funny when I hear, oh, they went to the moon, they went out in space. We already out in space. Everybody's in space. What's your perspective on life? It's just a matter how we're taught, because we're always taught not to see it, because they're taking you to the detour route. I be looking at stuff like, when I hear people say that shit, they went out in space. We're already out in goddamn space.
Already out.
We're living on top of a ball that's sitting out in space. And I'm saying that to say, think about that. There's got to be a higher power. What is this all about?
It's some divine ordering.
Right.
It's definitely some divine ordering.
The universe so far, you can't even start to think of how it look. You can't even see how the moon look outside of the little when it's glowing at night. You can't see what's happening on there. Think about how powerful that is. We sitting out in space and we ain't floating away from the sun where we all could die. We just sitting there.
Rotating around
the sun.
It's rotating around the sun.
So I'm saying that to say your mindset's got to go to another level where you just want to harm people. If you're gonna be judged on that, I don't know if this is right, but if you was trying to defend yourself and you happen to harm somebody, maybe that's justified.
That's called a casualty of war.
Yeah.
But to start some shit
for no reason, like slavery, you came and snatched people for 400 years and made them do everything for free, took everything from them. How much does that cost? What God gonna charge you for that?
Man, gave people amnesia. Black people don't even know where to begin with where we're at anymore.
Wow, that's cold.
We don't even know. Because the first thing we taught is what? Our history started in slavery, right? That's what we taught.
Yeah.
But thankfully we got brothers like Tony Browder who did the history.
Yeah. Cold-blooded. Yeah.
And he's created a chart for our history now.
Yeah.
So, but I got this to say, for those people who support, what this Pap was talking about, you can do all that warfare all you want to. Something gonna fuck y'all up. It's coming. You can't stop it. I believe in things happening for a reason. I believe that there's a bigger power that's guiding certain things, man. I believe in that. And I don't know what to call it. We call it God because we speak English, but so many other cultures refer to it as something different. So I call it the creator. I call it a divine force, So, but I have to look outside of my minuscule perception of it to be like, what is this? And try to think beyond. Like, don't think like Tez. Think like how things actually happen, how things come together. You know what I'm saying? So there's karma coming. If you kick off the war, let's say you murder, it's 42 million black people in America, they say. Let's say you murder 30 million of them. It's karma coming for that. It's karma coming. Y'all already did one thing. You slowly starting to pay for that because y'all losing y'all numbers. A lot of white people are losing their population because why? They're intermingling with other races. So now they're getting wiped out. And now their children typically will marry more black people or marry more Asian people and stuff like that. So you're losing your numbers. See, you thought that black people and all these other people are gonna come and attack you. You're attacking your own self with the use of your penis and vagina. You didn't see that part coming. So I forgot who was that Black Panther that said, I think he wrote the book Soul on Ice. He was like, man, we got to just keep having sex with white women. So I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is that they could have never foreseen this part coming. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna go extinct. They said that America will be they said white people be the minority around 2047 or something like 2050. They'd be the minority of the country, right? So I know that's why you're upset.
But even if it ain't, you can't stop what's coming.
You can't stop.
That's the purpose of even us kind of going spiritual. It's the power bigger than you. I get it. Yep. You got the upper hand now. No culture or civilization that has ruled forever. We already know this.
Yep.
Listen, man, I just know Judgment Day, I believe in it. I just want to be on the right side of it. But if I have to defend myself because of an idiot like that, I have to defend myself.
Hey, that's self-preservation. It's supposed to be the first law of nature, right? You got to defend yourself, right? So, all I'm saying is, all y'all that think like him who are watching this video, hey, y'all gonna bring it anyway. But just know that something's gonna bring it to you eventually, and you won't be able to handle it. Because all y'all doing is exposing how frail and fragile y'all are. That's all y'all doing. It's okay to dish it out, but it ain't okay to take it back.
Yeah. Different mindset.
Yep.
Now, kind of staying on topic, let me switch over a little bit.
Okay.
Everybody know what's been happening over the last 6 days. Mr. Donald Trump has contracted COVID. From the information that he's been letting loose out of his lips, he never really believed in it. You know, you ain't got to put the mask on. And I don't wish it on anybody. The dude's in his 70s. He's caught COVID. What do you think about that?
To be honest with you, I don't think about it.
I get it.
I'm more concerned about what I'm doing and how I can help us and our people come up.
Okay.
But I don't wish death on nobody. I don't wish sickness on nobody.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing because, of course, I'm snacking and my hand got stuck up to my mouth. I was trying to play it off, but go ahead. I'm sorry, bro.
I don't wish death and sickness on nobody. You know, I don't have that kind of hate in my heart.
Yeah.
And I did see a video floating around where he seemed like he was having a hard time breathing.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, you're trying to give this perception that you're strong and you can beat it, and you know, that's cool. But one thing I would say is this: the best wealth one can have is health. That's the best health. Health is the best wealth. Money comes and goes, but health, once it go,
Yeah.
it's hard to get it back.
Yeah. Everything else stopped.
Yeah. So I wouldn't put up a facade. If I'm sick, I'm sick. You know what I'm saying? I would just roll with it, you know. But again, if you know, I don't really think about him. He doesn't dominate my thoughts. I'm not on a tirade against Donald Trump. I have nothing against Donald Trump. I don't know Donald Trump. But I don't. He like, I hear people, you know, talking about it's good that he caught it. I'm like, nah, that shit ain't cool. Like, you don't even know this man. If you met him, you probably would feel differently. You know, especially if you was part of his little club and shit like that. But I would never get a facade that I'm okay and I'm not. If I'm not okay, I'm gonna stay off camera. You know, like, what do you got to prove by sitting there?
I saw the video as well.
Trying to get some air into his lungs. Like, that didn't look good to me.
But America is known for pretending, and that's just that cycle continues. I'm in agreement with you. I don't wish any ill on him. I really don't think about him a lot. Of course, you know, you hear so much conversation. He's in the news every day, so you get the conversation. But a lot of it, I'd be like, I'm cool because I'm trying to better myself, my friends, family, and other people as well. That's my goal. Now, it's unfortunate that he caught it, but I saw the same video, and he was pretending like he was. I have to pretend to be strong. Man, you're a human being. Everybody has an expiration date. Nobody's Superman where you get to outlast Father Time and you get to continue to live. We all gonna check out. So if you're sick, which you are, it's cool to turn it off for a minute. As a matter of fact, you shouldn't even been on camera. Just stay where you stay in the house and get yourself well, then come back out.
He should have stayed in the hospital if he's sick.
Yeah.
You know? Because now they said that the COVID spread it throughout the White House.
Well, the last I heard it was 18 people.
I don't even know the numbers, but
that's what I heard this morning on the news.
Oh wow!
I could be wrong, but it was good. Of course, like we just said, they always talking about Donald Trump in the White House, his team. I don't know who in his cabinet. I don't know their titles, but there's 18 people affiliated with that circle.
So I'm just like this, you know. I don't wish nothing bad on him.
Yeah, neither do I.
But I wouldn't put up a facade that I'm something that I'm not either. You know, like you said, you know, America is very good for pretending that we're something, like we're the #1 country in the world and all this and that. What's the criteria for being #1? You know, like, I could definitely say that it's #1 in bullshitting people. It's the #1 country in mistreating its public. You know, and I watched a video recently, and I know people are probably not going to agree with this. Where it was in Saudi Arabia, and this guy was drinking beer in public, right? So that goes against the law.
Yeah, I'm fucking right.
It goes totally against the law.
No, you gotta say it like that so you can feel. They ain't fucking around with that
right.
bullshit.
You don't do that. You don't do that there, right? So his punishment was he got strapped to a contraption, butt naked. They put the straps across here, across the body, his waistline, and right up on his thigh, so his naked ass was exposed, right?
There, yeah.
They had the dude who had the flog, and he got 20 lashes, right? He took the first 4 like a G. I was like, I probably would have caved on the second one, right? When he hit that 5th one, all you seen was ass meat fall off. I was like, damn! So, I watched the whole video. I'm like, this motherfucker could not sit for at least 3 months. He had to take a shit laying out like this, because if he had a squatted, I know his ass was gonna re-rip. You know what I'm saying? So,
okay.
So then me and his sister was talking. I sent the video to her, and she's like, "This is so barbaric." I said, "You know what? Well, let me ask you this: what's the crime rate there versus the crime rate here? What's the crime rate? Because let me tell you what's barbaric. That I will keep you alive, but take your life away from you, and put you around other people who have a worse mentality than possibly you have, and keep you encaged with a bunch of people like that. That's barbaric. At least that man who got them 20 lashes can go back to his wife, his children. He can go back to his life. But I'm gonna take your life from you, but keep you alive. That's barbaric.
Yeah, it's a cold game living on this planet, man.
That's some bullshit. Now, I'm not agreeing with 100% Sharia law, which is Islamic law. You know, they live according to how they live. But you're not gonna tell me that that's barbaric, and then, but I'm gonna take your life from you, but keep you alive and still work you as a slave and shit like that, and keep you in harm's way 24/7. You gonna tell me that ain't barbaric? Hell no, man. You ain't gonna tell me that shit. So the purpose of me telling this story is because you say America's number one, but number one with what? What does that mean?
Now, how do you, like,
what's the criteria?
I was about to say that. How do you measure that? Now, we all know competition. This ain't the Olympics. Well, you know, you play somebody, and we always use sports because that's, you competing in sports, you know, challenges. Okay, you can keep score. They won 5, they won 1. They're in first place.
Right.
Like you say, we're claiming to be number one, but in what and how? How
economics?
How we get to be number one? What are we bragging about? Because look at us. We can't say what the categories are.
Sure don't.
Because it's downloading in your system so much that you just start to repeat some shit that you can't even point out, like there it is right there. We number one in what and for what?
Because even if you go on the economic scale, we're not number one in GDP, which is gross domestic gross domestic product. We're not number one in GDP. We might be the wealthiest country, but that's because we have the most debt. And debt is not a bad thing. But I don't know what we're number one in, because we damn sure don't know how to treat each other right over here. That's for sure. We don't know how to treat each other as family, as we can see what the dude was saying. And because if he had any respect for human beings, you wouldn't care about who was fucking president, because they don't have no bearing on your life. This dude is not really your leader. Personally, he's not your leader. You're your own leader. You have to manifest your life. You have to manifest your destiny. But get back to my point. I don't know what are the criteria for United States being the number one country. You know, everyone, they keep talking about God bless America, God bless America, God bless America. But look at all the atrocities that America has created. You gonna tell me that God blesses that? What God you talking about? Because I don't know, the benevolent one, I can't see that one supporting this. I can't see that. Now, the malevolent one, I probably can see that y'all probably worship something that most people don't worship. And y'all made a pact. And like, we gonna do as much fucking damage as we can. I mean, think about this. They dropped the atomic bomb on Japan.
Yeah.
They said to this day, you can still see the shadows of the people who died. Because that light,
that force yeah.
imprinted their shadows
forever.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you know what kind of force that is?
Now think about that. That's man-made. So I'm gonna go back to this again. It's gotta be a superpower to have us sitting out in space. So we talk about an atomic bomb that was created by man, but you didn't create none of this. And you can't stop it. You can't slow time. You can't call time out for it's 24 hours in a day. Can we stop the clock right quick? No, y'all. We have no say so over none of that. So again, we gotta quit bullshitting each other. And let me say this regarding black folk and mindsets of people like this gentleman that spoke about the war about to kick off. What's the mindset of a white person? You know what I'm saying? White person because. No, y'all rule America. Y'all the number one race in America, according to numbers. How do you go to a sporting event and cheer and clap and hug? Cause I'm an athlete. I come from it. Hug and celebrate and buy this black guy a beer as soon as we leave the stadium. Look at that nigger.
Right.
I've been saying that shit for years. Google Michael Jordan and the Bulls and watch all these 20,000 people in the stands. You'd be lucky to find 2,000 blacks. It was 90% white, 95% white up in there. I mean, all you saw was just everybody so cheerful because they're so fascinated by this gift from this cat and the rest of those dudes playing ball on the floor. And 75 to 85% of people in the NBA are black folk. So again, if you leave us alone, we gonna carve our own niche. We're not trying to come and take your shit. Do y'all thing over there.
Yep.
But we notice that the world's always fascinated when we move because we set the standard. Maybe that could be it.
That could be it.
A little envy.
Could be it. If the playing field was even on a business level, right? I'm just gonna say if 30% of black people, just 30% of black people had a quote unquote equal opportunity, they would take over fucking business in America.
You ain't even got to take it over. Just make it fair where we could do our own thing. Since we're hated by some people on the planet, or definitely in the U.S., man, we'll stay over here. That's why we used the example about Black Wall Street. They weren't trying to come and take over this other side of the town. They had their own little stuff going on, and the only interference came when what?
When the white boys came home from World War I. And they seen black people was prospering, and it was like, goddamn, these niggas.
Yep. You gotta fuck them up. Drop that bomb on them niggas.
Drop that bomb on them niggas. So that's what happened. But the thing is, they rebuilt Black Wall Street. And you know what killed it the second time? Integration.
What?
So, but see, black people are the only people. We are so accepting of everybody. We accept everybody because it's part of our nature.
Yeah.
To just be accepting. But everyone else is appalled and wants to repel us unless you make me feel good first. I need to feel good first though.
But everybody want to push us away from not doing anything. We ain't did shit.
We ain't did shit. I don't know what that comes from, but I could definitely say that has worked to our detriment. And if we kept our abilities to ourselves and created for ourselves, it'll be some massive changes.
It'll be some different shit on the planet.
It'll be real different then. But I will say this. I do believe in separation. I believe we should just do business with y'all and then leave y'all alone. I really do. Because we need to get ourselves in order. This person he want to destroy us. He don't want to see us come up. I don't know why. I don't think no black person is interfering with his life.
Hell, he don't know why. He didn't get no bullet points.
Y'all came over
He just said if that Biden win, we kicking this shit off. No,
Say no bullet.
Do you understand the mind fuck power that is for you to be a grown ass man? He's and if you find that little clip on the net, he called themselves rednecks. Us rednecks are ready.
Those rednecks are ready.
Wow. What you ready for, dog, and why?
Why?
You can't answer that question.
What did we do to you? Because we want to be left alone?
Right.
We don't want no police brutality unless it's really, really warranted. I can accept it if someone acting a damn fool and they get their ass kicked. You coming out with a gun and you shooting at police and you endangering everybody else, yeah, you supposed to get your ass kicked because you endangering the public at large. But you gonna kill me for a fucking traffic ticket? Come on, man, that shit ain't right. And that goes back to the level of where they're not humane at. You know, where's the human part of you? To me, y'all don't have it. Y'all. Let me state this too. Y'all, there is a what they call that shit? A pandemic of white on white crime. Y'all keep talking about black on. There's a pandemic of white on white crime. But see, the news only shows our underbelly. It don't show nobody else's underbelly. Because they have to keep this narrative going that we savages. When at most times black people don't even fuck with other black people. Yeah. You just get a small sect of people who do that shit.
I'm pretty popular. I probably can name you 2 or 3 guys that I know that be on some for real street shit. The other, and I'm not exaggerating these numbers. If I'm really in tune with about 500 people, I really know about 3 or 4 people that be on some bullshit sometimes. And I keep them like the Heisman. I keep them right here. But 99% of the people that I know, they ain't on no bullshit like that.
They not.
They just trying to do their thing. They ain't fucking with nobody. Now they can defend themselves. As soon as you jump off, leave them alone. They built like that. But most time, like what you just said about Trump, they ain't paying no attention to y'all. Just, hey man, hey, oh yeah, I see them over there, whatever. And they so in tune to their own thing. So if you leave us alone, nobody's trying to come and take anything from you. Because we can exist by ourselves. Hey man, we had the Negro Leagues, etc., etc. Exactly. Why do you think they want to tune in and we're going to team up with them? Because they saw those crowds at those Negro League baseball games. It was outnumbering the white crowds at the white baseball games.
We need that money. So at the end of the day, and I want to say this to black people, I know I come across as being a little judgmental. And the judgmental aspect is as a result of because I love our people, man. I really do. And I want us to become better. So I'm teaching myself to be more compassionate. And it's going to be difficult because I just started, you know. I seen something yesterday. I was like, that image I sent you, I want to go in on that sister, man.
Don't even waste time. I looked at it too. I just yeah.
I gotta mention it though. I gotta mention it.
Okay.
So there's a rapper, a female. She goes by the name, I'm not gonna mention her name, but she has a mixtape out called Wolf Pussy. I gotta look at how did it get to that? Because when she came out the womb, she wasn't talking like that. What created the environment to come out with a mixtape called Wolf Pussy? And what happened before that created the environment? And what happened to the people that happened to, where this could be the result of a woman putting herself out there, calling her mixtape called Wolf Pussy, you know? So at the end of the day, I have to recognize that when I go back to the source of where all this started, it all started because we not in our proper mindset. We have amnesia. And we got hit upside the head and buried in a shallow grave by some people called Paps, the Pink and Pales, and we think like y'all now. And that's the problem. We don't have respect like we used to.
Yeah, but that was forced upon us.
Yes.
But if you can find that much excitement in negativity, like the sister called it wolf pussy, you can't tell me that the positive side won't be just as entertaining.
It could be.
Yeah, if you tried it. You mean to tell me talking about the devil and being around the devil would be more exciting than living around God?
See, that's a great analogy.
Mm-hmm.
Because I understand why people doing things. Man, they come from poverty, and this is their way of surviving.
Yeah.
Like if you really had, and I want to deal with her. I'm like, maybe this is the character she's playing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe just like an actress, this is just a character she's playing, so she can get this money, so she can protect herself, so she can take care of her families. I don't know, but what I will say, I'm working on compassion, and I know that probably in her heart of hearts, and maybe when she matures, she'll look back and be like, damn, I shouldn't have did that.
Yeah, but you left that fingerprint. One thing about us now, back in the day, back in the 80s and 90s, when you did shit, it was on the block.
Yeah.
It was in the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. Now when people do stuff, it's around the planet in a matter of minutes. Mm-hmm. So that's unacceptable behavior, because now you got 2 billion people seeing you as opposed to, I don't know, 20,000 people in your neighborhood that heard about it. See what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Those numbers are so broad, man. You can't compare those numbers.
You can't.
So when people are doing stuff like that, especially a black woman, when you're doing stuff like that, immediately signals are sent around the world. What damn? Mm-hmm. Wolf pussy. You can't find nothing else to call it.
And I read up on her bio. She got 3 children. And I'm like, okay. Then she posted a video of her sucking her dude off.
Oh.
To the point where she started vomiting, like literally vomiting.
See.
And she tried to justify it. Now, the less compassionate Tez would be going in on that. But again, I know our people are sick. Mm. And they need help. Because sick people need to try to get healthy. And she don't have the right influences around her.
Yeah, I'm not trying to not, stick out a helping hand, but I can accept that if you don't see any positive images of black folk, you can't read any positive books or any movies or anything. Mm-hmm. So for you just to tie into that, hey man, I done stole stuff before.
Yeah. As
a kid, I haven't been stealing since I was grown up. I done stole stuff before, but even when I stole the pack of gum from the store when I was a youngster, on the other side of my brain, but I know a whole bunch of people that ain't out here doing this, but let me cut this bullshit out. Mm-hmm. This was me at 11, 12. Mm-hmm. So now me as a grown man, I can't be like, okay, let me stop with the bullshit, because there is another side. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying about her. You got kids. Come on, man. Now your kids got to go to school. Is that your mama? Cause you know it's coming, cause kids gonna be honest. That's your mama out there with her legs out there sucking that. Who dick was your mama sucking? How you now you got your kids fighting in school. Now they gonna say some shit like this. You talking about with your dick sucking mama?
Hey, your mama ain't got human pussy. Your mama got wolf pussy.
Yep. Now the little boy in school don't talk about my mama, nigga. Now he getting his ass whooped cause you talking about wolf pussy.
That's fucked up.
That's why you can. Yeah. Hey, man. Listen.
But at the end of the day, I'm learning to be more compassionate. As you can tell, I'm really reserved with my comments because I know that the sister's sick and she comes from a sick environment. And that environment is sick because people are struggling more than they normally should, And I know the cause of it. The cause is that, again, the act of slavery has ruined black people. Poverty has ruined black people. The lack of culture has ruined black people. Black people trying to be white people has ruined black people because we feel like we don't have a space to be ourselves. And now I gotta act like somebody else in order to make them feel comfortable. But they ain't gotta act different in order for me to feel comfortable, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pray for the young sister, and hopefully, you know, like she just needs to mature. You know?
Yeah. But you ain't talking about some shit from 100 years ago. Again, when I came up, I just gave the example. I used to see a lot of people, 95% of the people that I hung around, they didn't steal. So again, this is some new shit on a different level. Because when we was coming up back in the day, sisters at that age, because we're a little older than her, they didn't do shit like that.
Nah.
And even if they was talking about their little sexual hotspots, they wouldn't call it that. No. They would use some more sophisticated names, and if you were sophisticated enough, you'd be like, oh, she's talking about her titties. Right, but she didn't use the word titties. Right. She was smooth enough to give it in a message. You're like, oh, that was smooth how she said that. Right. There's no smoothness in calling your sexual organ wolf pussy. Now, if a nigga walked up to you and Jules like, bitch, get out of my face with your wolf pussy, she'd be ready to fight.
Yep.
Yeah, we got to get better, y'all. I am very compassionate, but on something like that, sister, you can't call your stuff wolf pussy. You just can't.
Oh, I found out too. She was in that WAP video.
Oh, was she?
Yeah, she was in the WAP video.
Oh, okay.
So you know they have the WAP coalition.
I haven't seen any of this shit.
I didn't watch the video. I found out.
I got you. But to go back to what we talked about, I don't even, like we talked about Donald Trump, I don't pay attention. Stuff like this, I don't pay attention. It's a ton of stuff for me to pay attention to. I don't even be interested in that. I wish I didn't hear about it, but unfortunately you do hear about it. And my comments are just like, sister, just don't call yourself that, because I think more of you than that.
But I think what it is, she's trying to cater to her demographic.
I get it.
Which is women. Who feel empowered through the use of their sexual organs. And I will say this, that sex is not new. Sex is probably the most ancient thing on planet Earth amongst human beings.
It started when humans started.
You know, and we've been having sex forever. They don't recognize that they really just new on planet Earth. Because that's all it is. You knew. Sex ain't new. You knew. And so it's new to you. It ain't new to the planet. But I just hope that the sister matures. She grows up. She looks back one day and be like, "Damn, I should have never did that." I mean, you put it out there now. It's just part of public consumption. But I pray that the sister matures one day. You got children, and you should want better for your children than you want for yourself.
Yeah.
And that she eventually grows and outgrows this, and to see that, you know, life is bigger than wolf pussy. You know?
Yeah, and we kind of giggled about it a little bit, but it was actually true. Y'all know how kids are. We all used to be kids, and you know, kids on that playground saying some shit. But when you bring out that type of possible chaos for your kids to have to defend, how do you can't defend, man, your mom got that wolf pussy. Dog, it's funny, but you don't understand, as a young boy, you don't want to hear nobody say that shit about your mama.
You don't. Them fighting words.
Even though it's accurate, he'll still be, don't say that shit about my mama no more, even though your mama was the one that kicked it off. So we got to be mindful of these words that we use. Y'all go back and listen to all this old school music, and all they's talking about is having sex, but they didn't use none of the words. But it was so smooth how Marvin Gaye, Smokey Robinson, the OJs, Frankie Beverly and May. Listen to them songs, man. They talking about them sisters, but it was so smooth. You be like, oh, that was smooth how my man said that. That's where we come from. You can't tell me that part of our culture has not been erased. So it's there for you if you just do your homework. It's music. If you listen to it, it's going to make you really feel good. That's a cheat sheet.
Yeah. Well, hey, this has been a great episode, I think.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for watching. Appreciate it. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe. Leave a comment. Share the video if you think anyone can learn from this. And man, I want to thank y'all again for watching. Let's try to eliminate wolf pussy from the planet.
I don't even want none.
I definitely don't want none.
Wolf pussy.
Thank y'all for watching another episode of Start Ugly, but Don't Stay Ugly. I'm Tez.
Big Marv.
Doses.
Yes.